Every single day, thousands of print shops across the country are quietly turning away work that could be some of the most easiest, most profitable jobs they'll ever take. And not because they're at capacity, not because they don't want the orders, but because they're not offering what today's customers are actually looking for. Custom apparel and direct-to-film printing, or DTF transfers, as we're gonna be calling it today in this video. We literally just completed a deep dive study into this exact issue. We analyzed industry data, financial trends, benchmarks, real-world case examples, and guys, the findings were clear. If you're a shop not offering apparel decoration or at least DTF transfers, you're likely missing out on anywhere from $7,000 to nearly $20,000 a year in high margin revenue. And depending on your local market and how often you actually get asked about it, that number could be a lot higher. Let's break this down and get into it. All right, so let's start with the market itself. The US custom apparel industry, which includes like t-shirts, hoodies, team gear, promotional wear, all of that kind of stuff, was worth a whopping $5.1 billion in 2023. And that number by 2030 is expected to grow to over $12 billion. Some reports peg global print on demand at over $100 billion by 2030, with the US leading the way. And direct to film, or DTF transfers, is right in the middle of that surge. Now you might be asking, why is it growing so fast? Three main drivers. First, personalization is no longer a luxury. It's a customer expectation. Customers, especially those Gen Z and millennials, they want things that reflect who they are. They want one-of-a-kind designs, inside jokes, local whatever. And guys, the thing is, they're willing to pay for it. Second, e-commerce has removed a lot of the friction. Platforms like Shopify, Etsy, Printful, and others have just really made it ridiculously easy to get started selling custom products. And third, the technology has caught up. DTF printing is faster, more affordable, and more versatile than older methods like screen printing or even DTG. That means that the barrier to entry has never been lower, and the upside has never been higher. Despite all of this growth though, most traditional shops, they still haven't gotten on board. All right, so here's what we found in our analysis. There's somewhere between 70 and 100,000 print shops here in the US. Of those, based on survey data from Printing United Alliance, around 80% do not offer any form of apparel decoration, like not even as a secondary service. So that gives us a rough estimate of around like 68,000 shops that are essentially just sitting out of what is really one of the most profitable segments in the industry. Now, that doesn't mean that they're not getting requests. In fact, most do. They don't have the capability to say yes. And that unfortunately can lead to revenue just walking right out the back door. So how much are they actually losing? So in our research, we wanted to be as thorough and detailed as possible. So we ran two different models. First, we estimated the size of the total US decorated apparel market, which again, that was about $5.1 billion in 2023. So if you conservatively assume that these 68,000 shops, the non-participating shops, capture just 15% of that, that's over $765 million of potential business, potential revenue, potential profit. So if you spread that evenly, that works out to around $11,250 per business of that 68,000 businesses per year. On the low end though, using more conservative numbers, it's around like 7,300, but on the high end, we're talking nearly 20,000 in top line revenue per shop per year, distributed evenly across the board. But that's just the revenue. When you factor in margins and DTF margins that are very healthy, that becomes a real profit center for your business. I went ahead and made an interactive slide deck for you to play around with all of the data, visualize this for yourself. You can view that online at amstransfers.com/lost revenue, One word, amstransfers.com/lost revenue. All right, let's take a moment to talk about margins. In a traditional printing business, something like offset, large format, even signage, net margins are often in the single digits. 3 to like 5% is not uncommon. And with DTF transfers, DTF is a different game. The average margins on DTF transfers or apparel printing, it can hit anywhere from like 50 to 80%, depending on your pricing, production setup, all of that. Some real world examples from our analysis, take like a $20 t-shirt, $6 cost of goods, that would yield a $14 profit. That is 70%. Another shop that we profiled was doing $13.50 in profit on a $24 t-shirt, over 56% margin. And then obviously if you are outsourcing, you're not going to capture all of that, but you still can walk away with upwards of 20 to 40% depending on your volume. So that's not just high margin, that's business sustaining, especially when you consider this demand it's already knocking on your door. These people are already coming into your shop. These people are already sending you emails, filling out the form on your site, asking you for these orders. All you have to do is just turn on the tap and start accepting these customer orders, which kind of leads me into my next question. If it's so easy and it's so profitable, why aren't more shops taking advantage? Here's what we found in the data. Number one, equipment costs. A decent DTF setup, like the one that you guys have seen on our channel, it can run anywhere from $5,000 to $25,000, depending on whether you're going fully automated or you're gonna have some manual parts, going with US-based support, non-US-based support. If you guys are interested in finding the best DTF printer, depending on where you are, you're a beginner, you're an expert, you're an intermediate, I have made a buying guide for DTF printers in 2025, so check the link in the description if you guys wanna check out that video. Number two, the learning curve. Color profiles, maintenance, nozzle clogs, RIP software, heat press timing. It's not something you figure out overnight. And then three, I think probably the biggest thing is going to be the disruption to your shop, to your workflow. Custom apparel orders, they're typically smaller and they're more varied than a typical print job. That's gonna require a little bit of a different order management system, a little bit of a different process. You're gonna have to train your employees, develop SOPs and strategies that works best for you, your business, and what you have going on. Number four, the strategic focus of the business. I mean, many shops, they're specialized. They've built their business on signage, large runs, embroidery, and they don't want to divert the attention. They're going to stay in their lane. They have what they're good at, and they don't really care about the other things. Let the other people do what they're doing. Number five, the perceived risk. What if it doesn't sell? What if the market slows down? What if something new comes out again? I mean, DTF just upended DTG after what? That was like a solid 8 years with DTG. All of that assumes that the only way to get started actually capturing this revenue stream is to go in-house. Start producing your own custom apparel on demand in-house. But is that actually the only way? So there are really two paths forward. Option one, that's doing what I just said. That's building an in-house capability. You invest in the equipment, you train your staff, you maintain control over the entire process. You control production, turnaround times, and most importantly, the quality. That gives you the highest possible margins and the fastest path to actually scaling your business. But it also means higher startup costs and more risk. Then there's option two. Option two is outsourcing. You partner with a provider like AMS Transfers Plus. You still sell to your customers just like you would any other job. The trick is, once your customer orders, all of the details of that job, the artwork file, sizes, color, everything gets synced with our production system, and we handle the production and fulfillment for that order. You still keep the markup and the profit. It's your customer, your client, your website at the end of the day. So we handle the ink, the press, and the logistics. That means no equipment investment, no maintenance, no learning curve. Just honestly, it's pure upside. I am so committed to this specific path. I have built out a profit calculator. You go in there, you plug in your numbers, your volume, your retail price, and you see how much money you are currently leaving on the table and how much more profit you can actually make when you start outsourcing your custom apparel, DTF transfers, UV DTF transfers, whatever it is, working with AMS Transfers Plus. All right, so let's just recap. If you are not offering custom apparel or DTF transfers, you're potentially missing out on $7,000 to $20,000 a year in high margin revenue. Guys, that's like $150 to upwards of $410 of monthly profit gone. And the bad part is, for shops that get even occasionally, they occasionally get DTF or apparel inquiries, maybe like once a week. Those numbers are even higher. You're leaving even more profit on the table. But here is the good news. You don't need to buy a single piece of equipment. You don't need to figure out fulfillment. You don't need to figure out how to reinvent your entire business. Retrain your staff. Figure out where you're gonna even put all of this stuff in your shop. With AMS Transfers Plus, you can launch a fully white labeled DTF and apparel division completely 100% under your brand. And again, you can do this in honestly like as little as 7 days. But you're probably wondering, if you're anything like me, well, I'm outsourcing this, so that probably means that the quality and the turnaround time is gonna be terrible, right? So you get the same day DTF printing. So that means that you can have it set up so if your customer places an order by 4:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, that we print and ship that customer order to your customer the same day. So your customer orders like 4:29 p.m. Central Standard Time, we will print it and ship it that same day. And as for custom apparel, 24 hours across the board, shipped directly to your customers under your brand name, all through your own dedicated AMS Transfers storefront. No inventory, no shipping labels, no late nights at the press. You focus on selling, we handle the production. You can join the AMS Transfers Plus Gold Partner Program today for just $299 a month. Or if you are feeling adventurous, you guys are go-getters, lock in the $240 a month billed annually. And guys, a special little discount for those of you who watch this video fast. If you join by May 15th, you get the entire Fast Launch and Profit stack. Absolutely free, guys. I have spent the last year curating this entire package, and it is seriously, if you were to buy each of these things separate, over $3,500 of value designed to get you your first profitable orders within your first days of joining. Let me walk you through exactly what's included in the stack. Number one, you got the first sale launch kit. Step-by-step instructions, plug and play scripts, email templates to get you your first $500 in apparel or transfer sales from your current client base. Even if you've never sold a single t-shirt before, this is going to be everything you need to get you that first couple sales. Number two, we are going to give you ready to sell marketing assets. I'm talking professional white label photos and videos for not only your website, social media, TikToks, ads, so on. So you look legit from day one. Then number three, the max profit pricing toolkit. I think one of the biggest questions that we used to get from our AMS Transfers Plus clients is, what do I price this at? Our DTF profit calculator and pricing guide shows you the exact price to price your items at for your local area to make sure that you are making at least 50% margins without any second guessing. Number four, the zero hassle fulfillment guide and setup training. We will show you exactly how to tweak and style your branded store to give you a 5-minute training video that honestly, it's stupid simple. It really is. Number five, the client winning sample pack. Everybody knows that for people who might come walk into your store, the best thing that you can give them is a actual sample of the product. So to set you up, you'll get 150 sample credits. You can use these however you want. You can just give them away, use them to produce actual t-shirts, and that can help you close high value deals with clients that might walk into your door, or social media ads, whatever it is. These just try and get you to actually show the product in a way that works for you. Number 6, 150 design gen credits. So we are going to go ahead and get you set up. You can instantly stock and create your store and start selling immediately with 150 design gen credits to create, customize, and make whatever ideas you have in your imagination. Number 7, a one-on-one fast start onboarding call. You'll meet one of our launch strategists who will map out your exact personal plan to reach profitability fast. This is going to be tailored to your goals, your customer base, your location, and on top of that, and guys, if it couldn't get better, on top of that, we put our money where our mouth is. 2 powerful guarantees. The profit launch guarantee. You follow our launch kit. If you do not generate at least 2 times your first month's gold fee, so that's $598. If you don't make $598 in gross profit, we're gonna refund you that first month. And it's not gonna stop there. We will give you $200 of order credit, and we are personally going to conduct a worth $1,000 profit audit of your print shop. We're gonna figure out where the problem is, what's going on, what we need to do to get you over that line. And again, guys, this guarantee keeps on going. So you're not going to be paying us unless you're making profit. Second, the AMS no BS quality and speed promise. Same day DTF shipment, like I was saying, 24-hour custom apparel turnaround time, guaranteed. Industry-leading print quality. If there is ever an issue, a print defect caused by us, we will reprint it, reship it at our cost. We miss a fulfillment deadline, we're not perfect, but you're going to be covered. That job's on us, free. We're not just making these bold claims, guys. These results, we've been literally rolling this out over the past year. Any Day DTF generated $1,379 in their first 30 days using this exact framework. All Occasion DTF stopped outsourcing apparel and saw a 340% increase in their gross profit margins in literally just 2 weeks. I built this program to make it ridiculously simple to stop turning away business and start adding real revenue to your bottom line. Guys, the custom apparel wave, it's not coming. It's already here. And if you're not riding it, you're watching it pass you by. Whether you're looking to expand your services, recapture lost revenue, or just trying to stay competitive, DTF needs to be on your radar. And guys, if you still aren't satisfied, you want to dive deeper, I have just the thing for you. Linked down below is the full case study that we ran. Like I was saying, we went through like 75, 100 different sources. The case study linked below is 19 pages of real market data, insights, calculations, everything, all designed to help shops like you make informed, profitable decisions. And if you're ready to stop saying no to custom apparel, book a demo with me, Alex from AMS Transfers Plus today. We'll show you exactly how to offer custom DTF transfers without ever having to buy a single piece of equipment. I'm Alex from AMSTransfers.com. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys made it to the end of this video and you got some value from it, hit the like button down below. Subscribe if you guys want to see more content from me, and I will see you guys in the next video.
In a world full of visions, dreams on the run, we needed a spark, now look what we've done. Just type it, describe it, watch it unfold.